Hey, what's up? Um, I would really want to everybody get on here, especially young musicians, any type of musician. Give me some- But yeah, I want everybody to join in this live because this live vid is pretty much a heartfelt to the younger musicians out there. Um, 26. Okay, that's enough. Well, basically, oh, my iPad keep breaking here. But basically, I want to say that I thank God for. What's up, Daniel Ray? What's good? Mike Tyner, Jalecia Harris. What's up? What's up? Everybody, what's good? Everybody, what's up? I pretty much wanted to get on this vid, whatever live. Basically, just want to say that that I want us younger musicians, or another word for young is millennials, I guess. Um, is I want us to keep doing what we're doing, because 9 times out of 10 you'll never know who's watching you. Um, I don't want us younger musicians to give up on our dreams. Me, on the other hand, I have a dream. I also have a set of goals that I wanted to do, and my goal is to reach. My goal is my music. I need my music to reach to people and let it to be a blessing. Not only that, but my career is like, being a producer, or Miss Engineer. I'm going to school to learn all that types of stuff. Either Berkeley or Full Sail. But after that might be an entrepreneur. You never know. But 9 times out of 10, I stay on the younger musicians, because sometimes older musicians can be so. And it's not all of them. Don't get me wrong, it's not all of them. But I'm just gonna speak from what my experience is. But it's like some older musicians, they are afraid. They are afraid to let younger musicians get out there. What I mean by that is they're afraid that they might be better than them. And I remember when I was like, when I was like 6 years old, or even younger than that. I remember nobody didn't want me to touch anything. I remember nobody didn't want me to touch, drums, keyboard, organ, because they was afraid that I might break their instruments. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, wow, this crazy. I'm over here. I just wanted to play, and it wasn't even about the money, because I really just didn't want to play for money. I was just playing it just to be, playing, because at the end of the day, I know it's gonna pay it for itself. And I just want to give y'all words of encouragement, man. Like, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like, if you got somebody that if you got a mentor that's on you, and they believe in you, and they want you to make it, then stick to that person. But you got to learn that in order for you to get advice is what you need. You got to learn to listen. That was one of my biggest problems. I'm just gonna admit. I thought I knew everything. I thought I was the genius, but man, somebody got on my case. They would look like, bruh, you really don't know as much as you know. And I'm looking like, what is man talking about? Like, man, get out my face, man. So then when I needed the help, I was looking at that person, and that person was like, oh, so now you need my help? Because you gotta learn that everybody don't know anything. Everybody don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still learning. That's why I told everybody, I'm still learning myself. Like, that's a lot I need to get, keyboard wise, playing wise, drum wise, like, producing wise. I'm trying to get better at everything, man, because It at the end of the day, man, I'm not better than no one. Also, I want y'all to realize that as to be young, stay young. What I mean by that is just because you're a younger musician doesn't mean you can talk like you grown. And the Lord knows I have this problem, and this includes myself too, because people see when people look at you as a musician, they don't look at you as okay, young, whatever. They look at you because they know that you can handle the job, and they know that you're mature enough to handle it and to do the job, and that you're capable of doing it. Age ain't got nothing to do with anything. See, when you in the church, age ain't got nothing to do with anything. As long as you mature enough to do what you got to do, there you go. That's how I see it. Like, because I be playing a lot of churches, and some people say, "Hey man, you the most maturest person I know," and people think I was 18 years old. They thought I was out of high school already. I said, "Man, I'm just 16," and it's all about your character. Please, younger musicians, if you don't do anything else, if you can't even play, please have a good character. Because if you don't have a good character, man, if you don't have a good reputation, man, oh my God, if you just don't have it, bro, I'm gonna be praying for you. Because it's all about having good character, man. Like you don't even have to play in all your keys. Some people get offensive because they see somebody else transposing. Man, look. Really, like, well, I ain't even gonna get on that subject because I already talked about that last time. But it's like, why get on this musician though? This the one that's been very humble, and that's the problem with some of us musicians. Is that we need to be humble. We need to be humble. Because if we don't be humble, we ain't gonna get where we need to go. Like, people give me opportunities before I was, the viral guy, whatever you want to call it. People was giving me opportunities. Oh Lord, people was giving me opportunities day after day after day, and I didn't take them. I gave it to somebody else because I felt like I wasn't ready. And I also felt like that I wasn't good enough, but and I was getting a lot of hey man, you're doing a great job. You keep inspiring me. Like, man, dude, the sky's the limit. Man, watching Warren Brown video last night, like I'm telling you, man, it just gave tears to my eyes because the way he just played that bass, like it just gave me a set, like a chill on my body. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, Warren Brown is one of the best musicians, one of the best young musicians that I know. Like, it could be a 2-piece band and one can go at it. Like, Warren is my dude for real. I tell people, if y'all mess with Warren, y'all mess with me. But Warren, he's a great guy. He's a good dude. Like, he's a credible musician. Like, what can you say about him? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, us younger musicians, it's time to get to that point where, hey man, let's be in this movement. Let's go ahead and tell people that that we are not ashamed of what we're doing. Like, we play for God, and that's the only person we play for. We ain't playing for man. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, when I be on keyboard, I make sure my Negro Warren Brown, what's good, dog? I always make sure that when I'm on keys, bro, any instrument that I'm playing in, man, I make sure that I pray, and I make sure that I always give God my all, and I also make sure that that I'm playing for God. I'm not playing for man, because if a person tells you, "Oh, you suck," look at them, just say thank you. Just say thank you, because at the either way, I say thank you all the time. Like, oh, Jacobe, you suck. Thank you, because if I know what I'm capable of. Like, I don't need to prove, I don't need to explain myself to you. If I suck, bro, okay, that's your opinion. You know, opinions like butts. Everybody got one. Everybody got an opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sweating. I'm not even tripping about what you're talking about, because you know people tell me I suck all the time. Oh, if I suck, unfollow me. If I suck, don't be my friend. That's plain and simple. I'll be telling people all the time on Facebook. And you know they get offended. Oh, okay, bye bye. You ain't got to be my friend. I'm sorry. You just don't have to be my friend, because at the way it go, you know, I ain't playing for nobody. You know, I'm playing for God. I'm gonna stay playing for God, and that's it. So you know that's my you know motivation to y'all, man. I want y'all to keep doing what y'all doing. Go, bro. I want you to keep doing some drum covers, man. Like, for real. I want you to keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like that, like real talk. Anthony Jumba, what's up, man? Look, I need to go buy your album. Matter of fact, I'm buying on iTunes. I'm finna buy it tonight. I'm finna buy it on iTunes. I need to listen to some good old church music, good old choir music. That's what I need to listen to. But for real though, man, I want us younger musicians to keep doing what we're doing, because you know I feel like, you know. I feel like we as younger musicians, we got a lot of talent. You know, Warren Brown is one of them. I'm still learning, so I'm not gonna put myself on that list. But Warren Brown, Gold. We got Ryan Lumpkin. Ryan Lumpkin. I need to meet him too. Ryan Lumpkin in the area that I'm at, like in Georgia area. I'm in Montgomery, but still, like in my hometown, Montgomery, we got a lot of talent, bro. Like, my drummer, Cortland Lee, man, Stancy Turner, oh my God. Quentin Hudson, Terrell Wright, like, all my dudes in Montgomery, bro. Like, dude, I'm telling you, man, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Like, I'm telling you, bro, in the Bible, it says that your giver make room for you. My mama and my daddy told me that scripture when I was a very young child. When I was a young child, I used to get intimidated when, you know, when I see other people, you know, playing, you know, not anymore, but back then I used to get intimidated, because you know I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be this, I'm not gonna be that. But it's like, you know, it's what you say. Because if you keep saying negative things, you're going to get negative results. If you keep saying positive things, you get positive results. So here's what I want y'all musicians to do. Whenever you feel like you're in your lowest, keep saying positive things, because at the end of the day, the more you get positive things, the more you say positive things, the more positive results you get out of it. You know, if you say negative things, you're just going to get negative results. You know, it's not rocket science, because if I'm saying that, you know, that if I want to stop playing this shoe, that might happen. It's just for example. But if I want to say that I want to encourage somebody, I want to minister my music to somebody, that's a positive thing. That's gonna happen, because the Bible said, "For I know the plans that I have given to you, a plan to give you hope in the future." Like, dude, that's the scripture. Man, I'm telling you, man, like. Y'all just don't understand. We finna make a change. Like, I can see it. We can make a change in this world, in this country, bro. Like, Donald Trump can't even touch us right now. He may be the president, but he can't even touch us right now. Like, for real. That's how I feel, because it's like, you know, we got that energy. We got that energy, like, you know, we got that drive. We got that drive where, you know, that we can get people our own age group. We can get our young generation to go to Christ, to say, hey, look, that gang banging you doing ain't right, man. Go with God, man. Like, for real. Like, that's how I see it. If we keep doing, like, because you never know. You never know what the music will do out of it. It'll change somebody's mind so quick. I seen, like, bro, I've been to a church where if a musician just played 2 chords, and they say, hey, man, look, I'm telling you, that person he'll go to that altar, he'll start crying, he'll say, Lord, I'm sorry, forgive my sins and all that kind of stuff. Like, when's gonna be a time? And this why I don't see this in church no more. Because right now, when I go to church, and this could be in the church. I'm not mentioning anybody, like, but this could be in the church. When I go to churches, like, I don't, because I'm back in the day, like Pentecostal, like, when's gonna be a time where we're gonna like really see souls to be saved, like, for real, for real? Because right now, like, it's kind of not what I seen like back then, like, if I'm making sense. Like back I was in the Holiness Church when I was like 5 years old. Matter of fact, 2. Matter of fact, when I was born in Holiness. Man, they had feet washing service. They had feet washing service, communion, like bread passing, drink sipping, like, that's what I'm talking about. Feet washing, man. Even though I was ashy, but shoot, we like that was something. And I miss them kind of days, man, because it's like now church is kind of like a routine. Like what we did, on last Sunday, we're going to do this Sunday. What we did on Tuesday, we're going to do it on this Tuesday. Like, man, come on, man. That's why some of us, not musicians, but some of us younger folks don't take church too seriously. It could be because some of us are so judgmental. It could be that, church is not it's not accepting, millennials. Like, bruh, millennials are important to the church. The reason why millennials are important to the church because they are the next generation to the church. Y'all don't do communion anymore. Like okay, there's some churches that do communion, but back in my day, man, we had a big old cup like this big. Now they give us they give us the small, the little 1-inch cups. And then they got a little bread, the little flat bread, the circle flat bread with the wrappers on it. Like, come on, man. Like, back in communion, bro, when I was like 5, bro, they had to go to Winn-Dixie to get them a loaf of bread. They didn't care what bread it was. It could have been a Subway bread, Italian bread. Like, man, it could have been any type of bread, dog. And then, but the communion juice. They had no wine. They had the Welch grape juice. Alright? They had the Welch grape juice, okay? And then they said, "For this is my body." And then they said, "For this is my cup." Like, for real, man. Like, I miss them kind of days, man. It was so fun. And then it also got me to playing like hymns like, "Oh the Blood," or "On the Blood Has Signed My Name," or stuff like that. So, young musicians, I encourage y'all to keep doing what y'all doing. Also, learn in the church world, learn every church music. I know I saw a post by Lauren Dawson. He said, if you're a church musician, you need to learn church songs. And I don't think I'm saying exactly what he's saying on post, but he's saying the right thing, like, for real. Like, learn hymns. Like, I'm still learning hymns. Learn hymns, learn old school songs, learn new school songs. And but see, here's what I want y'all to learn too. CCM music, Christian contemporary music. When I'm talking about CCM, I'm talking about Hillsong, Jesus Culture, Matt Redman, Eddie James, he part of that area too. What's that lady name? She be singing. Something took my tongue. Kim Walker, Bethel music. I'm telling y'all, if y'all learn CCM music, one thing about CCM music and worship is their songs are based off in scripture. I like their songs better than the black gospel. I'm not trying to be, separated, offended, or being racist or whatever, but this is my opinion. I like them because it got Kara Joby. Yes, I love her. She's one of my favorite worship artists in CCM area. But for real, like, I want y'all to learn that type of music, man, because people say that music is boring. It's not boring. is that we don't want to play exactly like the song is, and that's why people say it's boring. All right. When I first heard about CCM music, I'm looking like, what is this? Then what I was used to, I was used to 551. I was used to everybody clap your hands. I was used to all of that. All right. I was used to all the choir music and all that. But then when I was at the church, they sung black songs and white folk songs because the church was so a multicultural church. So pretty much blacks was there, Africans was there, whites was there, Chinese. It was all types of races in there. And I'm like I said, I'm not being racist in the thing, but like it's a good thing, it's a good thing, that we got a multicultural church. I'm trying to say the word right. We got a multicultural church because you can learn about different things, learn about the cultures of what other folks do and all that kind of stuff. Like it's good. So I was playing the CCM music, and the one thing about me, I'm so diverse, is that when I hear the CCM music or when I hear the CCM song or whatever, I play exactly like the song. I don't do the fat chords like I do on the other songs, on the black gospel songs, okay? Because the black gospel songs are so different. The number system are so different than the CCM number system. CCM number system pretty much is 1 5 4 3 2 1 5 4 3 2 6 7. That's pretty much it. Black gospel, we do flat 5, sharp 7, D major 9, minor. I'm just making up stuff like and like dude. It's like, I can't do that because the thing about it is with me, exactly. Thank you, Terrence. It adds value to your craft as a complete musician, like for real. That was one thing I was missing off of my resume. Well, actually, it was two things. Hymn wise and the CCM music. When I heard CCM, I'm like, man, I don't like this. I actually told the worship leader I didn't like it, and thank God they didn't fire me because they wanted to give me another chance. They're like, look, man, like they was gonna give me another chance because I already got fired. I'm like, oh my God, I need a job, bro, for real. But serious though, man, CCM music is good, man. I love it, man. I love black gospel too, man. Like I love every type of music, bro. Like for real, So younger musicians, learn that. Don't never give up. No perseverance. Don't feel bad either. Be humble. As well. Like humble is a must. Humble, you got to be very humble, man. Like it hurts. It hurts when I see older musicians, talk bad about younger musicians. And I'm not a person. My bad. This connection is so weak. I'm so sorry, y'all. This connection is so weak. But like I said, man, I'm not. I don't like with older musicians talk bad about excuse the squeaky door about younger musicians because either way go, we still learning. We made some mistakes, but still, I'm pretty sure all the musicians made some mistakes in their musician lives. Also young musicians, please, and this is a must. This is a must, and this got something to do with women. Do not do it. If you thinking about doing it, don't do it. Like, trust me. Don't do it. I'm going to leave it there. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you. Because women nowadays, girls nowadays, I'm talking about, in our area, be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you talk to, like for real talk. But yeah, man. But yeah, man, that was in C. But yeah, man, I'm over here practicing. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all that, man, like for real, man. Like, if you know a younger musician who is like struggling, with about their, they want to give up playing, tell them don't do it. Tell them Jacobe Ray said don't do it. Like, it ain't worth it, man. Because at the end of the day, man, everybody wants to get their name out there, and it's nothing wrong with getting their name out there. It's nothing wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure my name is mentioned to one of the greatest musicians that I know and that I look up to, and it's an honor, it's a blessing. But at the same time, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm not, just because I'm known doesn't mean I'm gonna go ahead and book me a concert and let everybody come in and pay them a ticket. No, they ain't me. I want y'all to know that I appreciate y'all for the support. I really do, man. Cause I mean, man, watching Warren, man. Like I said, watching Warren, he is my dude, man. Like, Warren is my. I don't care what anybody say. Warren is my dude, bro. Warren is like my big brother. Like, and we never seen each other like face to face, but it's like his heart is so pure. Like, this man, he can play bass, keys, drums, organ. Most people can't do that. I play keys, drums, organ, and a little bit of bass. But I'm working. I'm learning a little bit. I don't play like Warren, but I play like a quartet musician on bass. But anyway, ain't nothing wrong with that. Be in the pocket. But at the same time, man, like Warren, he's inspiring me right now. He's inspiring me right now. Like, I love when I get inspired by millennials or younger people, because I just want to be the best musician I could be, and either way, to help anybody, I'm willing to help. You know what I'm saying? How long have you been playing? Well, I always get asked that question a lot, especially in my inboxes. Well, I started playing drums when I was like, I was in diapers when I was playing the drums. I remember when I was in apartment complex, man, got some pots and pans out, some spoons and forks. I said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and play. What up, Ron? I can. Mr. I Can. I'm gonna call you Mr. I Can tomorrow at rehearsal. Mr. I Can. Hey, y'all. Ronnie Henderson, y'all check this man out. Ronnie, I'm telling y'all, Ronnie can sing his behind off. I don't care what Ronnie say on this comment. Ronnie can sing. Ronnie gonna deny. He gonna say, bro, why did you do that? Why you put me on Facebook Live like that? I'm gonna put you on live, bro. Everybody know. Ronnie going places. I'm telling y'all. I'm just glad to be honored. Like, I'm honored for him to just cut at my live, and just because if y'all don't know for real, y'all gonna get to know Ronnie. Y'all gonna get to know Ronnie. Y'all is gonna get to know Ronnie. Had to get this mic stand. For real though. I was supposed to ask somebody a question, answer somebody a question. Yeah. Cool. Oh Lord, he probably mad. I'm for real, man. Nah, look, you gonna get mad. I understand, dog, but for real, man. Run it, man. He can sing, bro. I told Run it he need to teach me how to sing. But he said he was gonna do it, but he was gonna do it later on. Y'all know I be singing them little old school spiritual songs. Pass me not, oh gentle Savior. See, I can't sing. Everybody ain't able. Everybody's not able. How often do you gig? I don't gig. The reason why I say that is because I'm trying to get my education out the way. That's the only reason why I don't gig. Trust me, if I was out of high school, I would have been did that. I would have Um, Trust me, I would have been gig, but I don't gig. I can gig, man. I ain't no problem with gigging. It's just that when you got school work and dealing with school work and stuff around like family or whatever. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice. So I don't gig as much as I used to. What advice do you have for upcoming musicians? My advice to upcoming musicians is to have if you have a person that you look up to, like it could be if you have a musician or it could be a musician local, it could be a musician that out of state, it could be a musician that that is a professional musician, whether it's gospel, R&B. Hey, reach out to him, talk to him. Dude, Mike Burrell is one of my favorite musicians. I look up to that dude pretty much every time. I think. Mike Burrell, Jason White, especially in the West Coast area, David Jackson, Young Hunter. I love that dude. I got introduced to Young Hunter by my homeboy Stancy. Stancy, so like, hey man, go look at Young Hunter. I'm like, okay, cool. So I looked at Young Hunter. I was like, oh my god, this man can do production and he played like a West Coast cat. And of course he got to play like a West Coast cat because number one, he's in the Oakland Bay area or LA, whatever. What up, man? What up, Billy? What's good, man? Hey, man, Billy D. Harvey Jr. is my dude, bro. I'm telling y'all, I love that dude, man. He's my dude. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. But yeah, man. That's my advice. If you to the upcoming musicians, if you got somebody that that you look up to, now I'm gonna tell you, and this he's gonna kill me for this. But when I was like 7 years old or 10, Harold Daniels Jr. was my dude, bro. Yeah, he still is. I'm finna get everybody today. Harold, Harold got me inspired. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when he would be at E5, bro, he be playing on the fancy chords and them fancy runs, like he be in E flat, and he be doing that. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, woo! I'm like, oh my god, man. So I'm looking and I'm like this. He just did his run, and I'm like, really, Harry, you really gonna do that to me? I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, man, I'm like, man, I got a lot of influence, and it's not in just out of state. It's local too. Never forget the people that's local. That's how I see it. I know a lot of local musicians who should not even be in my hometown. They should be out of state doing what they need to be doing. But hey, when you got family, I can understand that. Man, come on, laptop. But yeah, man. Harold A. Beast on that Oregon. Oh, man, he caught me. You just noticed that? I want to play like you, man, please. Like I said, man. I'm good. There's something I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want to play this song. I did this song. Serenova. Yeah, I play it. I'm trying to put it on.